Hey, hey. Hello, fellow 3D printers. I'm Jay Wall of Print That Thing, and today we are going to be talking about how to make money with your 3D print designs online. So yeah, thanks everyone for coming out. I see we got Scotty and Kit and Phil Z. Welcome. Thanks for coming to hang out today, y'all. Appreciate that. What up, Kit? Hey, Nuru. I think that's Keith, maybe. But yeah, so has anyone out there ever tried selling 3D print designs on the internet? Have any of you had experience with that, good or bad? What's up, Stin? If not, why not? Why haven't you tried it? And if so, how did it go? So let me know in the chat if you have ever tried selling designs, or what you're scared of, or what you're not scared of. So Scotty said nope. Nice. So not yet, Dave. Okay, not yet, no experience. Okay, cool. Well, good. I guess I have some other questions. Do you think that all 3D print files should be free, or are you anyone out there against selling 3D print files? Either way, doesn't bother me. Just curious to kind of see where we're all at here. So let's see. Phil said he set up a Shapeways store, but only put a few models on it. Seemed expensive. Stin uploaded my first part. Thanks. Yeah, go Stin. Send me a link. I want to see it in the Discord. Or you can just message it to me. I would love to check it out. Just in 3D, no designs, just prints. Stin to Thingiverse. Okay, cool. And Kit, I would need to create some designs first. Cool. Okay, good. So it doesn't seem like anyone's, I guess, against it. Let's see. Learning to embed something to stop intellectual property. Yes. Licensing should be enforced. This is great, guys. If I designed it, I would sell it. Nice. All right. I like this. We're all kind of thinking in the same direction. Because kind of whenever I first started, it was like everything was free. So I was like, it was weird to try and like sell your designs. It felt like you were kind of like the black sheep of the industry or something. I don't know. That could have been all in my head. But I just wanted to talk to you guys and girls about it today. See how you guys are feeling about it. I see a lot more sites are doing it. But before we go into all of this today, I'm going to kick it over to our sponsor, which is my site, Print That Thing, and PTT.LIVE. So this is where we teach people like you how to learn 3D print design through our online workshops. We've got courses, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, so if you want to learn, you can use the promo code PodcastLove, and that'll get you a huge discount. You also get a free 7-day free trial. So if anyone is interested, go check it out. We just launched early access for sculpting class. So that's what I've been doing a lot today too, is doing some sculpting. And it's very, very powerful, very fun. And then if anyone out there needs like a little extra kick in the butt when learning new stuff, we're going to be doing a mentorship program in January 2021. It's a 30-day boot camp. And then I'll be your instructor, pushing you through to turn you into a 3D print designer within 4 weeks or 30 days. So if anyone's interested in that, you can use Podcast Love for that as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the topics for today. So we got some questions here. I know many artists this is Kit. I know many artists in more traditional medias, including digital media, and think that artists/designers should be compensated for their work. Of course, it's up to them how they're compensated. True. And Stin, for some models, I think it's weird to pay for it. Yes. But other things I get when they ask money for it. So cool. So I think I'm kind of right there with y'all too, as far as like, there are some files that are totally should just be free files. And then there's some that you spend a lot more time or is an actual product that you may want to sell. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I have a little bit of experience doing it. Not a ton, but I'm just doing it more and more and more. So I kind of wanted to brainstorm with y'all. But again, this may not be for everybody. I do have some tips for people who aren't like super tech savvy that they can actually just start selling their designs today. And I'll talk about that at the end. And so hopefully it just sparks some ideas and get your mind going and get you thinking of other ways that you could add some income for your skills and your hobbies and your passions. Yeah, anyone got any questions before we dive in today? Let's see. Nothing yet. I got a 10-second delay. So let's just go. So the number one suggestion or way or how to sell your 3D print designs is pretty simple. Most of you all know is just upload the designs to third-party sites like Cults 3D or My Mini Factory or Shapeways, things like that. Cults 3D, from what I've been seeing, is pretty good, and it's I get payments all the time, pretty much all week long from Cults, just from my designs. So that one's pretty awesome. My Mini Factory, I think you have to pay them like $25 a month, plus they take a percentage of your fees. So that one is not as good, but still very possible, and there's a lot of people on that site, so that's very good. Scott said concept plus design plus time equals money. Okay, cool. So we're all kind of in the same mindset here. Justin 3D says certain designs files just post and don't really expect money as they can be simple. True. Okay. Yes, I concur with that. There's also sites like Shapeway. I know someone mentioned in the chat where you can upload your files and then they'll 3D print it for you. They are a little pricey, but the quality is pretty incredible from some of the things I've had done through them. You've got Etsy. You can actually sell digital files. You do have to pay per listing, I believe. Then you've got sites like Gumroad, which is more like pay what you want, or you could do actual prices. Then you've got Sketchfab, which is really awesome. For anyone who is a designer, I really recommend Sketchfab just for sending clients like pre-visualizations of your designs. It's amazing. We'll talk more about that in a later episode. And then there's like TurboSquid, CG Trader, all those. Those are more for 3D designs, like just 3D in general. They're not really ready for 3D printing, but you could still probably sell them there, and I'm sure people in that world still understand. But the main two, Cults 3D, My Mini Factory, I don't think you can do it on Thingiverse yet, or I haven't seen an option. So that is the first way. Upload your sites. It's the easiest way too. So just upload, turn on a few files, and there you go. You can start making money. It's pretty simple. So let me know what y'all's thoughts are on that, or if anyone has tried using like My Mini Factory or Cults 3D. I know we had some people in the chat a few weeks ago say they got their first sale, so congratulations. And just keeps on going from there. Just keep on creating. Justin tips on Thingiverse. Okay, yep, that's what I thought too, Justin. Just in 3D. But yeah, so that's the first one. It doesn't seem like many people have done too much of it. I know I have seen some people doing like miniatures and things like that on My Mini Factory that are making a lot of payments from their designs, so there definitely is a market for it. Let's see, Sten says most of my parts are custom, so I don't have many parts that people can use. That's true. Yes, I have the same, not an issue, but the same thing that happens too. So I try to think of a lot of designs moving forward that can apply to anybody anywhere in the globe. So that's kind of where I'm kind of shifting my designs more, because I think that would help being able to sell the designs and making actual products. So that's kind of where we're shifting. Print That Thing is more product design and getting a return for your design skills. So let's see. So let's go ahead and jump into number 2, which is kind of like you could work your way up to this number 2 tip, which is just set up your own store and your own website. That's what I'm doing right now. I still have designs and things on different websites, but I'm kind of building my portfolio on my website. But there's also a store where you can download the actual files or the print on demands. That's what we're kind of working on right now. So I have had some pretty good sales. It's just nice whenever you get like, hey, 10, 20, 30, 40 bucks just overnight while you're sleeping because someone bought your files. You don't have to ship anything. Pretty amazing. They don't take too much of a cut, which is nice, but you do have to set up like your initial store fee, for your, like, you can pay it monthly or yearly. So that's only like pros and cons and just setting it up. But the setting up of the files in the store are pretty similar to like just uploading to Thingiverse or My Mini Factory. It's just a photo, some information, maybe a video, and then a price. So that's, and I'm using Wix, which has a store option. And then you can also do sites like Shopify or Gumroad, things like that. Shopify. Shopify is okay. It's a little expensive, but it's awesome. It's just built for online store purchases. Let's see, Stin, we got some some comments here. Had a bunch of printers, need to sell something, but not much design experience. Okay, Nuru. So there's hope. There's definitely the money, I believe, is in the design, but I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. Stin, how do you calculate what price you're out on a model? That's great. Okay, we're going to answer that at the end, Stin. That's a great question. You want to know, how do you price a model? So we will talk about that. And let's see. I saw 3D printed Wix plus ECWID. I'm not sure what ECWID is. Maybe that's a plugin for your Wix store. Dave says, I saw a 3D printed artistic rendition of a caribou over the concierge desk of a Fairmont in Dallas. I researched the artist and it went for big money. That's cool. Phil, I created a lamp and it took 100 hours to print and has 10 parts and needed to be assembled. Do you recommend selling that kind of model? I mean, you could, Phil, but it's going to be trickier because of that. I mean, I would try and simplify your designs, but I'm not saying it won't work. I'm saying, yeah, if there's a market for it, then I think it could totally work. But, just keep in mind, most people are lazy and, they're used to that. So just keep all that in mind when you are designing things and the time that it's going to take you to print. Like, I have a trash can idea that I have that I was going to do, but it takes like 24 hours to print one. So it's not really good as far as time and return. Yeah. Okay. So Stin said, yes, that's a plugin. So yeah, so that's, that's the kind of the pros and the cons of setting up your own store. I would say gradually, just start on these smaller sites like Colts and My Mini Factory, and, just see you can kind of test it and start seeing, oh, wow, people are really starting to buy this file or really starting to buy this file. Like, why are they buying this file? And then kind of figuring out from there. And then as you have a consistent monthly income from that, then I would suggest maybe moving into your own store on your own website and start to build a portfolio. That's what I would suggest. That's what I'm doing, and kind of using the other sites just as extra or just cherries on top, essentially. So then that brings us to the third way. So the first way, turn them on My Mini Factory and Colts. Second way is eventually maybe get into your own store on your own website. And the third way is use your social medias like Instagrams, your blog, YouTube. I know a lot of people don't have YouTube, but really what I would suggest for everyone can do this, is the files that you already have on all these, My Mini Factory, Colts, Thingiverse, all that right there. You can use those as teasers to your premium files. So that's what I'm going to probably be trying in the future if anyone has any thoughts on that. But everybody is kind of already there at those things, but maybe they love the way you do these sculpture objects that only you are making. Then, you might have that one on My Mini Factory or Colts and be like, hey, this is my free file, or the file that's only $1. If you want all these other ones that are really cool and like took me a long time to make, you can come get these on my website. So you're essentially using their traffic to bring traffic into your store. So that's one thing that I've done a little bit too. Really, YouTube is probably the main pusher of a lot of my downloads. I would say if anyone's not scared to get in front of camera, then that's a great way. Even if you don't even show your face, you just show your designs and just show off, how your design works. Even if it's like a 30-second video or 1-minute video, like could do a lot of good for, getting some sales for your designs. I strongly encourage that. So does anyone have any thoughts on that? Or is anyone out there actually considering right now starting their own store or building their own like online platform for their designs? Anyone out there? So we got Josh. He says, hey, so what about working on a specific product, thinking about something simple that everybody uses? I think that's great, Josh. I think that's an excellent way to think about it. Just, very specific to a certain niche. Just don't get sued. Don't copy anything. But just, remix things and get inspired from just things all around you or things that you're passionate about in your real life. And, most importantly, make sure there's actually people that want to buy something like that. And, that could help as well. But the problem, I think, with selling 3D print designs is, one, I think people a lot of times want things for free, which is totally normal. That's kind of how it all started. And then two, not everybody has a 3D printer. So you're actually like have a very small market. It may be only, a couple 100,000 people, maybe 500,000 people that have 3D printers or access to 3D printers. So you have a smaller group if you're only selling 3D print design files. So that's one thing to think about too. So we see, since I believe, this is Josh, since I believe that I'm having the best product won't cut it, you need to know about marketing and selling. Yes, so good point. You do need to know and be able to get yourself out there. If that is one of the downsides of like building your own store, it can be lonely, because if you don't have a way to bring in people to find your stuff, then you're not going to get any sales. So I would definitely keep that in mind, how you're going to get people to your store before you start a store. That's a great comment, Josh. Sten, I'm building a website, and now that you talk about it, maybe I can integrate a 3D print section. That's great. That's great, Shin. What's up, Jason D? Yeah, Darugo. What's up? He's one of my buddies in Nashville. He's gotten me many times, helped me out with some filaments. What up, Jason? Thanks for coming to hang out. But yeah, so now the bonus. I would suggest anyone out there, if you are, thinking about turning on some of your files for price or creating your own store, I would suggest, doing some files that are really cool. Maybe even some really cool files that are free, just to get ideas or things that you can't sell. Like, for example, if you're going to sculpt like Spider-Man or something that's totally copyrighted, you could still design it and then give it away for free on your site or on these other socials to get traffic to your site. That's one way you could do it. Another way that you could do is just sell your items very low priced, maybe something like a couple bucks, like $1, $2, $3, somewhere in that ballpark, I think would be very successful. But I also am experimenting with this idea of just selling your designs for what they really are worth, or what that product would be in a physical form. So, for cat armor, I went up as high as $25, which I thought was extremely high. But it turns out there was someone on one of my TikToks that were like, oh, somebody bought that for 25. Those people would have probably spent $50. And I was like, I don't know about that, but it's interesting. He was like an eBay person. But it's just interesting. I think that if somebody really does want something, then they will probably pay, 10, 15, 20, 30, as much as the design seems to be worth. So that's something to play. I would say, price some really low, and then price some like really high, like some that you really spend a lot of time on. I would do that. So that's my advice on that. So again, set up your own, turn on the stores from My Mini Factory and Colts, or, sites like that. Set up your own store eventually, and then have a marketing plan in an idea of how you're going to drive traffic to promote your store. I would suggest using the other third-party sites that are already using your designs, and then just kind of use them back as symbiotic marketing. So yeah, let's see who we got. Glad to be here. Sorry, joining late. You are in trouble, Jason, for joining late. How dare you? No, let's see. So we've been going for about 20 minutes. Dave says he's dabbling with the Square site. Okay, Squarespace, and created a store, and it's starting to pick up. That's awesome. What are you selling, Dave? That's great. Or maybe you might have sent me. It's like the face mask and stuff. So Dave, very interested in selling designs though. Right now, I print and sell my designs. Yes. So I think those are two different markets. That's great, Dave. But I think, selling your designs are to one type of audience. I could be wrong. And then selling prints of an object or to a completely different audience, in my mind. I could be wrong. Let me know what you guys and girls think. But let's see what's next here. So if y'all enjoy talking about this type, I love talking about business and entrepreneurship and design and all, where the future is going. So if you're interested in that too, make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel or join my Discord on the website, or just become a PTT.LIVE member. You can sign up for anything free, and we'll send you out weekly emails and notifications and new downloads and all that fun stuff. But my challenge for you, everyone watching, and you, Jason Deregolo, is to think about charging, turn on one of your files this week to be paid. It could be $1, it could be 50 cents, anything. But I just challenge you to just try and kind of get out of your comfort zone. If you're like, oh, I don't know, you may be surprised. So maybe even do your most popular. Just do it for like a week and just see what happens. So I would suggest Cults 3D. If you don't have a Cults 3D, that's probably one of the best. And then let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, or if my other challenge is if you don't have any files, think about the next file that you're going to upload, and put a price. Think of a price that you could sell that design for, just the file. And that also, I think, helps me a lot too, is thinking, okay, I'm creating something to sell it. It gives me more of like, oh, this has to be even better than I would have done it just for myself, or just for free. It puts like an extra layer of this has got to be good, kind of thing. So I think that will help all of us become better designers if we know, like, oh, I'm going to get $1 for every time someone downloads this, or I'm going to get $35 every time somebody downloads this, or $150 every time somebody downloads this. It's totally possible, but I just want to get y'all thinking about it and challenge you to do something. That's the hard part. But yeah, so next week is all about monthly payments for your 3D print designs, for like subscriptions type stuff like Patreon and all kinds of different subscription models. Is there anyone in the chat who has a subscription model right now, or like a Patreon or Gumroad or anything like that they get like monthly payments already? Let me know in the chat. And let's just go ahead and open it up for the Q&A. And remember, if you do want to start learning design, I have free courses on my site, and you can even become a member. Just use the PTT.LIVE, all one word. I'll put a little link down below. Yeah, Dave said challenge accepted. All right. So Scott said it was done for my brother. Not sure what he's talking about. Something maybe about your watching films. I'm not sure. But yeah, so any questions, anything that y'all want to talk about, or anything that, someone, Sten, I think it was, how do you price your designs? When I first started out, I would just charge, usually if I'm working for a client, in the past, I would charge $100 an hour. So I was like, okay, well, if I'm doing something just for me or to sell to the community, then I would do each hour that I worked on the design would be $1. So if something took me 3 hours to make, then I would price it $3. So that's one way you could do it. You could also take the design in your slicer software and get the estimated cost that sometimes pops out if you've got the filament price in, and you could use that as your price. You could double it, triple it, 5 times it, 10 times it. I usually multiply it by 10 if I'm going to like print it for somebody. But really, I would suggest just play around with different prices, see what people are interested in, or if they're buying it when it's $5 versus I don't know. I would just say try stuff and see what works best. I've had people buy files pretty consistently for $9.99, which to me was crazy, but people will do it. So I would say just try it. All right, so what do we got here? Challenge accepted. Base it on your time. Anytime, I would say. Oh, base it on your time. Yes, for the pricing. That's great. But really, that's all I have for y'all today. We can hang out here for a few. And just if y'all have any other thoughts or questions, but that's all I had kind of in my mind and wanted to share with y'all about, pricing for designs. My dream is that we can all start, everyone that is a designer and can just start making, make this their full-time career. So that's kind of what I'm trying to help everybody do. I think it's going to be super fun. And I think we really do need more designers in the future. So hopefully somebody, one of y'all are going to become one of the next best product designers. Like me, I'm going to be one of the best in the world. I'm already on my way. I already am. Like I already feel like it. I just got to keep creating. So that's all it is. Just got to keep making, keep creating. But yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. That's all I got. And yeah, check us out next week, same time. And that's all. That's all I got. All right. Peace. Later, y'all. Yeah, thank you for your time. Thanks for coming to hang out. Scott McCulley. I want to hear. So next week we're going to be talking. I want to hear if I'm going to be asking y'all if you put some prices. I got to get my store going. I got a few items, but I need to like beef it out some more. Later, Dave. So yeah, everyone have a good rest of the week. Keep creating, keep making stuff, keep thinking about how you could, maybe monetize some of your other free designs that you already have. And we will talk to y'all again next week. Here we go. Later, Sten. Later, Phil. Bye, guys. Bye, everybody. Later.